Psst, check this out.
Hey there, welcome to another episode of the Back Channel. In today's episode, I want to talk about a concept that I often bring up in one context, but also push it over to another context where it's equally as relevant. And that concept is less is more. Usually, when I talk about less is more, I'm talking about decks. And when I'm talking about decks, I say we should have a 10 to 12 slide target. You should be working on cutting slides out of decks, sentences out of slides, and words out of sentences. It's a phrase I repeat over and over again. The point being that we are trying to eliminate anything that is inessential to the deck so that when someone consumes it, the core of the story is not confused, that people know exactly what they should be focused on. Now, that advice is not relegated or confined to just the deck. I actually want to emphasize how important this is in pitching, in live pitching. Now, in the fundraising program and community that I run called Adamant Fundraising, we often have live pitch practice. And in the session that we just had a couple days ago, we had one of the founders practicing who is extremely charismatic. He has the gift of gab. And if you have a casual conversation with him, you feel comfortable. He's very easygoing. He's great at making his words resonate with you. He makes you want to talk to him. Now, that can be extremely valuable, a superpower even, in so many parts of fundraising. But when combined with a little bit of uncertainty, can be a kiss of death. So when he was actually practicing his pitch, and we were simulating what it was like to be in a final fundraise meeting with partners at a venture capital firm, his gift of gab turned into his own worst enemy. What I saw was somebody who was filling the space with words that didn't know what he wanted to say exactly for different slides or different parts of a presentation, and instead just kind of let things run as they came to his mind. Now, when you do that, when you fill the space, you do a lot of things that work against you within a live pitch. One, especially when you're going against content that you're showing on a screen, but even when you're not, if you don't give a listener the space to consume and then process what you're saying, you're kind of making them play catch up. These venture capitalists are very sharp, but they don't know your industry and your business as well as you do. So the things that you think just might rattle in, get understood right away so that you can go to the next point, probably take more time. And even if they don't take more time, you shouldn't assume that they can process super quickly.
All right, so the problem with fundraising is that it just seems so simple, right? Fundraising is asking people for money. That's the first big problem. The second big problem is that most of the people that are going out to try to fundraise have been trained their whole lives this idea of fake it till you make it. So those two things combined create one of the biggest challenges that I see with startup founders today, which is why I created Adamant Fundraising. It turns out faking it till you make it when it comes to fundraising is a recipe for wasting a ton of time and getting to suboptimal outcomes or just completely failing. And yes, there's a ton of content online that you can find that will give you little bits of what to do. But if you're looking for a way to bring all the best knowledge from somebody that you trust into one place and surround that with a supportive community, live events that will give you great feedback, and other support structures to make sure that you are doing exactly what you need to do to fundraise the right way, well, then I want you to come check out Adamant Fundraising. Adamant Fundraising is our online program and community that has helped hundreds of founders get through the process successfully, has been a part of raising over $400 million, and it's something that we're extremely proud of. So if this sounds like something that could help you out, check out adamantfundraising.com and reach out online, ask any questions. We'd love to consider having you. All right, back to the show.
So, what I push everyone to do is embrace silence, embrace a pace that allows people to follow along with what you just said, interject if they have a question to make it a conversation, and then move on after that. The other get out of jail free card that I give people, and one that I encourage people to use within live pitching, is the phrase, let me pause right there. Sometimes, especially a founder like that who might have a really easy time ad-libbing words can sometimes get into trouble where you start going down a certain path and you're thinking to yourself, it's very difficult to have a smooth off ramp from what I'm saying. And the get out of jail free card, let me pause right there, is magic because you don't have to have a smooth closing up sentence that allows you to pause. You get to just ramble for a little bit, realize you're rambling, think to yourself, I need to give them space and just play the card. Let me pause right there. Do you guys have any questions? Is there anything we should discuss here? No? Okay. Let me move on. The next statement, the next slide is really important. Okay. So think about how you are in live pitches. Think about how you react to a nervous energy. Many people have this feeling like I'm nervous. I want to keep talking. If I'm not talking, it makes it sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. And I'll let you know that the opposite is actually true. Rambling and filling the space screams uncertainty. Calm confidence and silence screams, I know what I'm doing. What I've just said is important. Let me know what you think. Okay. So less is more is important in decks, but less is more is also important in live pitching. Let me know what you think about this concept in the comments. I'd love to hear how you've used less is more in your live pitches. And I'll see you next time on another episode of the Back Channel.